Welcome back to the Morning and Night Show. I'm Meri Wallace, the parenting coach, here to answer all your parenting questions. On today's show, we're going to be talking about the importance of teaching your child how to swim. And I'm going to be giving you some tips on how to help your child to feel comfortable in the water and give your child the skills he or she needs to be safe. I have here with me today Norma Bushman, who is the coordinator of swim programs at the YMCA East Hampton Rec Center. Welcome to our show.
Thank you, Meri. Very nice to be here.
Thank you for joining me.
Sure.
I think we ought to start off with talking about why it's so important for children to learn how to swim.
Well, it is a lifelong fitness activity that you can do at any age. We live in a waterfront community and we are surrounded by pools and the ocean and the bay, and it's, you know, for safety issues, you really want to learn how to swim beginning at the youngest age possible, because people are boating, kayaking.
So it expands children's ability to participate in other water sports, and it gives them great physical activity, and so it's a really important thing for safety too in our oceanside community.
Oh, definitely, definitely. And there's skills they can build on later on in life and do junior lifeguarding and all kinds of wonderful things that are available out here to participate in.
Now, not too long ago, I went to a swim class with young babies who were 6 months old, and they were in the water with their fathers, and it was absolutely adorable. They were pushing the babies around.
Yep.
So do you also agree that children should start to learn how to swim very young?
Oh, definitely. At the YMCA, we offer 2 different Mommy and Me or Daddy and Me programs, and the parents or caregivers are in the water with the children, and we make it a fun time activity.
What kind of things do you do with small babies?
With small babies, I use a lot of role play. You want to build the trust, so that's where the parents come in, because they're there and the child already trusts their parent. So we use a lot of role play, blowing bubbles, singing songs, splashing the water, having fun with little different toys.
I can see you have a lot of flotation devices to help the kids to get used to the idea of floating in the water.
Exactly. We want our children to become independent at some point, so there's a time for one-on-one learning without flotation devices, and sometimes we might introduce them as a way to just help the child become a little bit more horizontal in the water and get the proper positioning and a little freedom.
You also said that sometimes it's very helpful that the parent shows some confidence in the water.
Yes, we have a lot of parents. Children need to learn through sight, and if they see their parents blowing the bubbles and getting their face wet, they're much more likely to participate also. That's where it starts, is from learning from their parents.
And if a child is afraid in the water, because this often happens, and developmentally it's natural for children to be afraid of the water. So how do you work with a child who's afraid?
Basically, a lot of patience, a lot of trust, and a lot of fun things. There's so many little blurbs you can kind of pick up. Children love through song or through little programs from TV. You might be hearing Elmo's little fish in the water, or you might be hearing Dora's little friends. That those are little triggers that the children are used to, and you can kind of use those to help them feel more comfortable and at ease.
Really relaxes them. And this is a way of helping them to feel less frightened in the water.
And I think the routine of coming to a class on a regular basis, the children really get into the routine, and they, at least with our classes at the Y, they know what's coming next and they look forward to it, and they're ready to sing the wheels on the bus and use their hand movements or jump through our hoop and different things that we do with the children.
And I think we were also talking, and we said that it's important for parents not to compare their child with other children, that each child has their rate of learning, and that it's very, very important to stay with your child's own development and give your child time.
It definitely is, because I think once the child is exposed to the classes, they retain a lot of what they're learning, even though they might not be ready to do it right at that moment. So eventually they'll be able to draw back from that knowledge.
When they're ready.
When they're ready. And you can feel it. You can feel it in their body movement and if they're relaxing in the water, that they're ready to take the next step.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. I think you've given us some very, very helpful tips.
Thank you.
As you can see, there are so many things you can do as a parent to help your child to feel comfortable in the water. And you can get in the water with your child, you can build up some confidence with your child, and start early. That's really the key.